Welcome back to another video of Studio 516. As always, I'm your host Justin. I'm joined with Keith and Chris today. Today we're going to be giving you our top 5 comic books and superhero movies. Alright, Chris, start us off with what is your number 5, buddy?
My number 5 is Watchmen.
Watchmen. Now, is that an independent comic book movie, a DC, a Marvel?
I think it's technically DC.
It's
is
a DC comic, but it's not in the DCEU.
Oh no, it came out like what, 10 years ago? Feels like 9 years ago.
I think it was 07.
07?
I actually hate that movie.
Really? You know what?
I enjoyed
the
the
style's
movie.
really nice, but
I enjoyed the movie and I enjoyed the comic, the graphic
I
novel.
didn't read the
yeah,
comic.
I don't read comics.
I watched the movie. I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
I was able to sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
So I'll say that much. It's watchable. Keith, you're number 5.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my god, I forgot about the movie.
That's
I
a
just
good
saw it
one.
like a few weeks ago.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
Awesome movie.
my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Awesome movie. I
Easily.
brought my fiance to go see it. She did not like it. She hates superhero movies. But I thought it was great. My number 5 is going to be Deadpool. Just because it's Deadpool. You love it.
First rated R superhero
Yeah,
movie.
it's amazing movie. You're laughing. It's action. There's blood. There's comedy. It's the best thing. Fourth wall breaks.
It's great.
It's
I just wish Deadpool 2 was
as good.
as good. I think
Deadpool 2 was a bit of a letdown
Yeah.
for me personally. All right. Number 4, Keith?
My number 4 is Captain America Winter Soldier.
All right. I'm not crazy about the Captain America movies.
See,
None
I
of
think
them-
those are the best movies in the
None of them
MCU.
does it for me. I feel like every Captain America
Really?
movie is kind of like an Avenger movie.
Civil War,
Civil
yes,
War
but
was a big letdown.
Oh
Really?
my
It
God.
was.
Really? You're gonna be
Yes.
that guy.
I am that guy.
He's
It
gonna be
was,
that
it was a
guy.
big
Okay.
letdown.
I felt Civil War was more of an Avengers movie.
I can see that. But
I
Winter
really
Soldier
enjoyed it,
was,
Winter Soldier,
It was the best out of the 3.
Yeah,
it was good. I felt like I was watching Captain America movie, watching that. However, it just didn't do it to me. I thought the twist was really good, and that played a big key in the next movie. But it's just none of the Captain America movies are really jumping off the screen for me.
See, that's where I think they're the best of the MCU.
Yeah, you do.
All 3 of them are good. All 3 of them tie in perfectly. The first movie was a perfect intro to the character.
Yeah.
And then the second movie is a great spy thriller. Not even just an MCU
Yeah.
movie, just a good movie.
I gotcha. I mean, not saying that bad movies, just they didn't jump off the screen to me, really,
Alright.
like crazy. My number 4 is Thor Ragnarok.
Alright.
That was tough. I had to keep that off
Yeah.
my top 5.
Really?
I did. It was a tough one. It's probably the best Thor movie.
It's definitely the best Thor movie.
It really
The
is.
second one's
It's
really
just-
bad, and the first one's good.
The
But
storyline, how they tied Hulk into it, and the comedy
Yeah, it
they
was
had.
very good.
Even the soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really remember the rest of the songs besides
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin. But
Yeah, I know, but it's just once you saw the trailer, you knew it was gonna be a great movie.
Yeah.
Chris, your number 4?
My number 4 is Deadpool.
All right, that was my number 5.
Yep.
Obviously, same reasons. I'm guessing.
Same reason.
Not
Same
on my
reason.
list.
Really?
No.
Not at all. All right.
I love it. It's just not on my list.
I gotta hear what your rest of your list is. All right. Number 3. I'll go first. Many of you probably have not seen this movie, but it's from the DC animated universe, Justice League: Flashpoint Paradox. I think it's a really cool movie because the Flash basically goes back in time, alters a timeline, time to better him in his life, and it changes the whole entire outcome of the heroes we know and love.
Sounds like something they
Wow.
should have done in real life to make
That
it a
was,
better universe.
It's
Yeah.
a nice spoiler right there.
No. That's it. I didn't spoil
Yeah.
anything big. It's just like what the basic plot of the movie.
Okay.
But if you guys see, I recommend it. You can go buy it on
I heard
Blu-ray
a lot of good. I
DVD.
heard a lot of good things about it.
It was one of the first movies to come out of the DC animated universe. So it came out in
Alright.
2014. A fun, really fun movie.
Okay. My number 3 is not Marvel or DC. It's Unbreakable.
Oh, I haven't
And-
seen it yet.
Neither of you have seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Nope.
It's amazing.
Is that the first one in the trilogy, or
First one.
first
it's
one?
the best one of the 3. It's
seen
not.
I
It
haven't
doesn't
seen any.
try too hard. It doesn't go for the M Night Shyamalan
Yeah.
twist of the year. It's just a good origin story for a.
See, I haven't seen the
Superhero.
last or Split yet. So should I start off with Undesirable first?
Undesirable.
Unbreakable. I'm sorry.
Unbreakable, Split, Glass.
Glass.
That's how it goes.
All right.
That's
Someone
how
stop
you should
Unbreakable.
watch it.
All right. What about you, bud?
My third one is Winter Soldier.
Okay, so you both have Winter Soldier up there.
Yeah.
Haha.
I mean, I'm not saying they're bad movies. Saying they just didn't do it for me.
All right.
All right, my number 2 movie is Batman: Dark Knight. For those of you who have seen our top 5 video, obviously you know Dark Knight was up there. My top 5 movies of all time. So Dark Knight's gonna continue its reign as the number 2 movie. It's just the perfect superhero movie. Batman, the Joker. I think this is the best version of the Joker we saw in any movie,
Okay.
animated or not.
Do you see? For me, I think Jack Nicholson's Joker is actually a better Joker
Well, yeah,
because he was more of the
the
Joker.
comic book Joker.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger went off.
Yeah,
script
and
for
it
the
worked,
movie.
and
It
it's
worked
great.
for the movie,
but I don't think it's
but
the
it's-
best Joker.
See, I felt like I was sitting there and watching an actual homicidal psychopath. That's
No,
what it felt like.
But that's what I mean, because I don't. The Joker's really not.
That's he's not that dark. He's more a Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a clown, not a clown, but well, the clown prince of crime. Like that's his.
Yeah.
He's more playful, I guess. But The Dark Knight is a darker movie, and it was a darker take, and it's perfect. I just think Jack Nicholson's a better Joker.
I agree.
I don't know. I think Heath Ledger's Joker was probably the best performance we saw
Best
of
Joker
any
on film.
of
Yes.
any superhero. I'm sorry, comic book character.
Okay,
Best
I
portrayal.
can't argue it.
Well, that's,
And, you know, Jack Nicholson did do a great job, but I just feel like Heath Ledger actually became the Joker. Like I felt like I was actually watching
his version of the Joker.
His version.
I just felt like it was the Joker.
Okay.
That's
Well,
just how I.
Also, when we were in 2008 when it came
Yeah.
out, we were young and we probably didn't even watch Jack Nicholson's Joker yet,
No.
and that's why we're so gravitated to that version of him because
Also,
that's
Heath
what.
Ledger did die preparing. Technically, die preparing for this
After.
movie.
Yes,
think it was.
But that doesn't make it a better role. I think
Yeah.
that's just
It gave it more of a media presence.
yeah.
Than most.
I got you. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Doctor Strange.
That was a fun
Wow.
movie. That was.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't expecting that, but that was a fun movie.
It was
It's a fun movie.
It was
I
a
would-
really good put together movie. Really got behind the character of Doctor Strange from a comic book standpoint.
See, I watched the animated movie of Doctor Strange first because that came out
I did
before
not.
that, and I felt like the first 30 to 45 minutes of that movie was the same exact as the first 30
I
to
mean,
45
yeah,
minutes.
it's an
of,
origin though.
it
they were
just,
probably
it just
both
felt
origins.
Very, origin. It felt very similar.
I think Doctor Strange is a great movie. Not in my top 5, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job as
He's a great actor.
Great actor.
Doctor Strange, but not my top
Not
5.
your top 5.
Nah.
Not me either. I would watch that again. It's a fun movie to watch over and over.
Yes, my number 2 is actually my argument for the best comic book character
Okay.
portrayal, Logan. I think Hugh Jackman played that character for almost 20 years perfectly.
And this was his
And he
final
is-
goodbye.
How you said Heath Ledger is the Joker, I think Hugh Jackman is
I
Wolverine.
forgot about Logan.
I
I forgot about that.
I was disappointed by the movie.
Really?
Really?
I was.
You really did?
I was, yeah.
I feel like it was a good write off and goodbye to all of the actors, basically. I wish they kind of show more like what happened to the rest of the X-Men, but they kind of
yeah.
mentioned it.
But I think it was, for what it was, a perfect movie. Like, there was no big flaws for
Yeah,
me.
no, it wasn't. It was a
It was a good
perfect.
movie. It was just a letdown.
Alright.
Why was it letdown for you?
I just didn't.
Did you have overhype for it? Like,
Not an overhype. I just figured they'd have him go out a different way.
alright. I think it was perfect the way they let him out of the
Yeah,
role.
I thought. I mean, I felt like it was just a huge jump from them living at the mansion, and then all of a sudden they're living in Las Vegas in some.
Well, it
Broken
was
out factory.
it was years in
Yeah.
the future. It wasn't
I know.
a direct sequel.
I just feel like if they would have just like put a little bit more backstory into like what actually happened, but overall it was still a great movie.
Yeah.
That's all I can say bad about it. I just wanted to know what actually happened. I got the
All right.
essence that there was an accident, everyone died except for Professor X and Logan.
And I think that's what they wanted. I don't
Yeah.
think they wanted to
They wanted to be a
tell
Logan
you
movie.
exactly what happened.
They wanted to
just
be a
wanted-
Logan movie. That's what they wanted
Yeah.
to be. All right, number one. I'll go first. Infinity War. How can it not be my number one? It's my number 3 overall movie of all time, I think I said. And it's just having 20 movies, plots, 10 plus years, finally come together into one movie, what everyone's been waiting for. It just makes it my number one. It does it for me. The comic books behind it, everything coming together, and also all the hype. And I felt like it lived up to the hype. It was exactly what I wanted, and how it ended was such like the
Gut
huge
punch.
gut punch. And I want to say twist because before, who plays the Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Before he spoiled it, we didn't know what was gonna happen. And when he came out and said, "Oh yeah, everyone dies," it's kind of just like, all right, but it was still such a huge twist scene, just like how it happened, because we didn't know what Thanos' plan was, anything like that.
If you read the comics, you
If you read the
did know.
comics,
what
yes, you knew
happens.
what happened. But for people who were just movie fans or didn't read the comic, it was a big twist.
I guess. I'm not going to argue that it wasn't great and lived up to the hype. But for me, I think people are not overrating it, but putting it so high up because it just came out and it
Yeah.
was so good. I think 5-10 years from now, you're going to look back and it's not going to be
Oh,
as great as it
in
is
5
right
years
now.
from now, we're gonna have probably another
No, I'm not even saying
10 more movies coming out. For
I'm not
MCU.
even saying new movies. I'm saying like The Dark Knight has been out for over 10 years and
Yeah.
is still one of the best movies of all time, and that's my number one. It's just to
See, I've already
but-
seen it 2 times already.
it.
Rewatched it. And I can still say every time I watch it, it's just exciting.
see. I've seen it like probably 2 to 3 times a year.
Really?
It's a perfect movie.
What? Which movie?
Dark Knight.
Oh, I'm
There's
talking
no-
about Infinity War.
Oh,
No, Dark Knight I've seen like at least 10 times. Since
to
it came
me,
out.
it's a perfect movie. There's no flaws with The Dark Knight.
Yeah, it
Zero.
was. But Infinity War, there was just so much build up going into it, and they executed it
Okay.
completely perfectly, nearly flawlessly.
Okay.
Chris, you're number one.
My number one would have to be the original Avengers because it's
Okay.
in my top 5 all
Okay.
time. And I think going back to the comics, it was a classic. It was never done before in the comic books.
No, it wasn't.
It started basically.
I don't think it was ever done before in movies, having all these different
Having-
movies come together into one
No.
film.
Probably not, but I think that's why it's the best comic book movie.
They did what no one ever did before.
All
Basically,
right.
yeah.
That's I can agree with that.
So you don't need. I don't. You didn't have Dark Knight in your
Nope.
top 5 at all.
Really?
Why?
Well, I prefer these movies over The Dark Knight.
Okay.
All right, that does it. I can't argue with that.
I can, but
I mean, it's just
I think it's a perfect film inside and outside of comic book wise.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a good superhero movie; it's a great movie, and that's why I feel like it has to be in the top 5. But he has
his
His
own
own,
opinion, I
yeah.
guess. I do have an honorable mention right now. I gotta
God.
say, Guardians of the Galaxy was up there, the first one. It was up there to get into my top 5. Just couldn't crack into it.
all right.
But any of you guys got honorable mentions? You guys want to say other great
I
comic book
already said
movies?
mine, which was Thor,
The first one?
Ragnarok.
Oh, Ragnarok.
Civil War,
Civil War was great.
Avengers, Infinity War, Spider-Man 2,
Okay.
the Sam Raimi. Like,
All right.
there's too many
I know.
good movies.
I know. Homecoming was another honorable
Eh.
mention. I could have gotten
It's
in there, but I
alright.
couldn't. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Be sure you like, subscribe, and let us know what your favorite superhero movies are down in the comments section. Be sure you click the bell, and we'll see you next video.